The Kinross Pro Enduro is sponsored by Pro 5 Racing. From track to trail, it's Pro 5 for your Polaris. And by Woody's Traction and Control Products. Combat proven for 25 years. Traction and control for safer snowmobiling. February 26th, Kinross, Michigan, the Midwest International Racing Association came together to sanction the annual Kinross 300. This is the feature event, the Pro Enduro class. A lot of these riders are familiar from our Sioux 500 race. The course is a 5/8 mile oval with fast corners and should prove to be exciting for this event. In the pole position, we have number 45, Rick Zedell. These enduro sleds have a 600cc limit, as in Formula 3 racing. Therefore, you'll find Skidoo's Formula 3, Polaris's XCR 600, and Arctic Cat's ZRT. This should prove to be very interesting indeed. Tom Pollard now with the green flag in hand. He's not going to turn him loose quite yet. The track remained under yellow, and after much deliberation by MIRA, it was decided that bad ice dust conditions would not allow a full field green. The race was stopped, and the 35 sled field would be broken up into 7 sled 15-lap sprints, where the top 3 would advance into a 15 sled final that would run an additional 50 laps for the championship. The first heat saw number 45, Rick Zedell, hold his pole position. Pro 5 teammates Mike Stasic and Ivan Hansen worked their way through the 7 sled field, and when the checkered flag came out, it was Zedell, Stasic, and Hansen in that order. Heat 2, green flag. This time Tim Leeck took control on his Formula 3 with number 70, Troy DeWald, on the Cat in the number 2 spot. 9 laps in now, DeWald pushing Leeck. He took him on in the corner and came out ahead, going onto the front stretch. Troy continued to lengthen the gap until the checkered flag came out for him. Tim Leeck held second, and number 14, Mike Gentz, took third. Heat 3, this should be a good one. Scott McMillan, number 51 on the pole with the Skidoo. Jim Kurtz also in the field, along with Carl Schwartz. Troy Pierce and number 77, Tom Bosick. Tom Pollard now with the green, and they're off. McMillan out front now. Schwartz charging for position. Kurtz third. Schwartz takes the line and falls back. Now it's Kurtz with the charge. Steve Mitchell on the ZRT now with the push on Jim Kurtz. McMillan puts more distance on the field, and at the end of the 15, it was Scott McMillan, Jim Kurtz, and Steve Mitchell from Cat House Racing third. The first 3 heats were all won by Skidoos. Heat 4 saw number 37, Tyler Reed, ride his Pro 5 Polaris in first place until Richie flipped the Yamaha. Then Jeff Wilcox pushed his Cat into the lead. He held on for a few laps when Reed again with the run now ski to ski and back around to regain his lead until the checkered flag finished this heat. Wilcox was second, finally a first for Polaris. The 5th and final heat, and it's a green flag, and it's number 80, Paul Warner, and Steve Hansen battling with number 65, Joel Diamond. Oh, Diamond flips his sled, and out comes the yellow. Joel was able to make the restart. Steve Hansen jumped back into the lead with Warner and Diamond coming up from the rear. Checkered flag, and Steve Hansen on the Cat is first, then Warner on the Skidoo, and Joel Diamond squeaks in to round off our contenders for the 50-lap final. Drivers will be allowed to pit if necessary. It's not mandatory like some of the ISOX feature races. This should prove to be a very exciting race, as once again we've separated the cream of the crop. In the pole position on the number 45 Skidoo is Rick Zedell. Mike Stasic on the white Pro 5 XCR, number 76 Ivan Hansen, also riding for Pro 5. Number 21 Tim Leeck on the PSI Skidoo is 4th. In 5th spot is number 14 Mike Gentz. The pace sled goes to the inside. The field gets the green, and we're racing. Stasic bolts into the high line in turn 1 and 2, and goes around Zedell. Ivan Hansen is also charging ahead. Stasic is doing the job on the Pro 5 Polaris, now putting the first one into the record books. Tim Leeck now in third as Mike continues to lengthen the gap. He's really turning some speed out here. This course is just perfect. The corners aren't too tight, so you can really fly. On his second lap, Stasic turned the fastest lap time of 25.61 seconds. He's had to be averaging the speed in the high 80s. The track went yellow around 15 laps while number 147 Wilcox got towed in. When the green flag came out again, Leeck busted his move along with Zadell on the skidoos. Stasic fought them off with the XCR and held his lead until the 25th lap when the yellow flag came out for a second time. Another sled had to be towed in. When the green came back out, Stasic had fallen back, giving way to number 45 Rick Zadell on the Formula 3 skidoo. No sooner did we get back to green when number 179 Dooman had to be cleared off the track. Green again, and Zadell was back in the lead. Leeck now second, Stasic third, Jim Kurtz pressing hard toward the front, as well as Ivan Hansen on the Polaris and Steve Hansen on the number 9 Arctic Cat. Zadell continues. Oh, it's Leeck. He's off his sled, and it looks like he's got his leg caught. He breaks free, but he's not going to let go of that skidoo. When the sleds restarted for the final time of the day, Stasic was missing from the field. Down on the back stretch, Jim Kurtz was running second. Zadell way out front gets the white flag. Then it's Jim Kurtz and number 76 Ivan Hansen. Zadell still unstoppable on that Benner-built skidoo. It sure has run smooth. Tom Pollard now with the checkered flag in hand, and Rick Zadell takes it all here today on the Formula 3. Ivan Hansen is second, Jim Kurtz third, and Steve Hansen on the ZRT does what it takes to finish the race. Rick's going to take that checkered flag for a little ride. Okay, skidoo diehards, go ahead and take another point.
I'd like to thank Woody's, Skidoo, and Bob Benner for putting such a fast sled under me.
Meet the